Hey, how's it going? It's Amelia Mosley here with a BTN News update for Monday the 17th of June. Hope you had a really nice weekend. First up, what would it be like if your whole country lost power? Well, it's something millions of South Americans experienced on the weekend. A massive blackout left more than 44 million people without electricity. Basically, the whole of Argentina was left in the dark, along with parts of Uruguay and Paraguay. Traffic lights were out, public transport was stopped, and shops were closed. Hospitals even had to use generators to keep going. The blackout was caused by a collapse in Argentina's power network, and the country's authorities have promised to investigate just how on earth such a widespread power failure happened. Now, if you've ever seen a Lumholtz tree kangaroo, consider yourself very lucky. They look kind of like a brownish, half possum, half wallaby creature. And they're only found in a small pocket of rainforest in far north Queensland. And often, as the name suggests, in trees. But researchers say they're in a bit of trouble. They've been affected by a virus which causes blindness, and they've popped up in some odd places recently, like schools and backyard sheds, often looking more than a little confused. Researchers say years of drier weather might be behind it, because the toxic leaves they normally eat may have become even more toxic. Oh, poor things. This next story is horse-based, but don't expect to hear about any real horses. There's a very odd competition that was held in Finland on the weekend. It was the Hobby Horse Championships. If you're wondering what a hobby horse is, it's that stick with a fluffy toy horse head on it that little kids like to pretend to ride around on. But the Hobby Horse Championships are serious business. Apparently.
This is a serious competition and they can show it to people all around the world, and it's really important that many people see that different side of this and they don't just think that we are 5-year-old girls running around with their sticky horses.
At this year's championship, the competitors entered their homemade noble steeds in traditional equestrian events like dressage and show jumping. One contestant even jumped 1.41 metres, which is actually quite high. Who needs a real horse anyway? Have you ever wanted to live like Tony Stark, aka Iron Man?
So the upgrade is complete.
Tell you what, throw a little hot rod red in there.
Well, if you happen to be in the city of Atlanta in the US, you can actually hire out Tony Stark's house from Avengers Endgame. Or more precisely, the cabin where the blockbuster movie was filmed. It features, well, none of the cool gadgets from the movie. I mean, it's just a regular cabin for around $1,100 per night. And if you haven't seen the movie yet, don't read the house listing, because it's got some serious spoilers in there. No, I haven't seen it, and yes, it did ruin it for me. And finally today, a very rare blue lobster nearly found itself literally and figuratively in hot water after it was sent to a seafood restaurant in the US bound for someone's dinner plate. Luckily, the restaurant owner realised the blue lobster was super rare. You see, only 1 in 2 million turn out blue because of a kind of gene mutation. The owner says he'll keep the lucky lobster on display for another few days, and then he'll send it to the local aquarium to live out its days in peace and quiet. And that's all the news I've got for you today, but don't worry, I'll be back with more for you tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye.